afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperialdane. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Holotny Farma between Blade, fighting here for the Soviet Union for the glory of Comrade Stalin, and the 82nd Rifle Corps going up here versus Imperialdane, fighting for the Reich für Deutschland, and the 3rd Panzerdivision with encirclement, elite troops, mobile defense versus Blade, by the way, this immediate use of shock rifle here. Bullets up, Panzerliche Sturmgeschützinfanterie versus all infantry there for Blade. You got Grenadiers and MG42 following up there after the Pioniere. For Blade, it's the more Russian conservative conscript start there. Nothing out of the deeply ordinary there. Yuri, Petrov, Fedorov, and Bob, who always stood a bit out in Russian society. Securing the centre there with a bit of barbed wire. Denying cover right here to the fascists. Pretty common move here on Holotny Farma. Wire off that tank. Usually it's the western side that does it, sort of prevented the other side from getting at it. Securing points here. Pioneer moving ahead. Grenadiers there, and MG42 following up a bit, but different sort of usual startup, at least as of late. From my side here, going for the MG42 immediately after the Grenadiers, in part because I want to try out, the MG42 now that it sort of performs better. How much can you actually get away with, a bit of performance testing of the MG42, if you will, and its new improved sensibilities. We got a Grenadier squad. Then following up, of course, I'm not going to ignore, of course, my own concept, which of course does involve a certain amount of infantry at all times. But again, since I'm trying out the MG42, of course, it does provide a bit more emphasis on that. Engineers are under fire, and everything not moving away, guys. Caught here, but the Grenadiers, as they kick their way into the church and stole all the altar wine. If the Russians hadn't already done it. God damn it. Heinz, the Russians keep doing it. Yeah, but if it wasn't them, it would be us. We've got points there being secured. South being scored here, and MG40 up here. A bit of a bold move against singing ahead again. That's normally something also, they say, don't do that. Unless, of course, you partly know what you're doing. And again, testing, but also, usually in this spot, figure, I could get away with it if I just quickly poked ahead. Saw none I could set up. And, of course, with this improved, reaction time, I mean, in this case, it couldn't just rush it. It actually got stopped pretty quickly there. So it sort of worked out for me, though, again, I won't deny it was pretty risky. Pretty damn risky. MG42 there to secure munitions. Move down to support the Pioniere. Guys here securing the point there. And actually getting a second MG42 here. Fuel there being secured. Noting, actually here, Blade's a bit late in getting the fuel point up. MG42 up. I'm rushing heavy. Got Molotovs up by the way here, but still MG42 fires up. Coming up now, the conscripts get hit with a Molotov, but at the same time they're suppressed, the Pioneers. There we go, actually forces them away, since of course the thing to remember, while you're suppressed, you do notably less damage. So in that regard, the conscripts were easily forced away there. MG42 shifts up back north, the Grenadiers heading towards the center to support the Grenadiers there in the church. And the second MG42 moves up as well, at the same time taking up there. Quick Molotov here versus the church. Forcing the Grenadiers out. Point there secure, Pioneers but want to retreat back for some reinforcement, at least lay down some mines and some such, and there go. Quick S-mine field being laid down there, so we'll try and cover the victory point here a bit. Maybe blow some Russian infantry to tiny bits and pieces, pulling back the MG42 as well in that process. Even with the S-mines here, it's a bit risky. At the same time, it is also taking a bit of damage and could easily be cleared out in a quick maneuver. But now we got S-mine field covering the southern victory point. Again, another attempt here to sort of draw out the conscripts. Basically, I'm here actually forcing him to waste munitions. I'm doing this intentionally. By the way, I'm not thinking, well, he'll move them away. I'm thinking, well, if I get him to constantly throw away 15 munitions, every time I do that, well, there's not really much to complain about, now is there? There's here being held back. Also in part because I'm trying to bait him out here with the MG42. Secondly, once I've gotten in there, but in this case, also quickly realised the situation up there is a bit bad, so pull back the MG42, so try being avoid being struck from the north. Southern victory point secure, of course. Here I realised, or should have realised, it's not quite well placed, so in this case, you could actually take the point without hitting it, so in that regard, I messed up, and of course, he quickly then gets minesweepers to deal with it. So in that regard, that was 30 munitions wasted from me. And again, note here again, another Molotov forced out there. That's about 3 Molotovs he's used in that church. Yuri, maybe we should stop throwing them? Yet. We shall always throw them at the fascists. We're not really doing them any harm. There we go, Khan's getting caught there trying to enter the building. Actually, he does not go into the back, actually quick retreats there, and there we go again. Into the building, into the building. And again, you know, pointing and saying rude things to the Russians from inside the church. MD4 shooting up in. Basically, in this case, I'm kind of hoping he would rush out again with another Molotov, then catch him with the MD4. In this case, so he does not quite fall for it. Sadly, my grenadiers were lacking any good taunts about the conscripts' mothers. MD4 taking up, taking a bit of fire again, trying to catch him here. Mine's going up here from Blade in return to my own mining, and there we go. Other unit trying to get it, but still can't quite get enough. Then Grenadiers moving in to sort of try and finish off the job. Point here, he's got Panzer Grenadier arriving. Blade here getting close to the two command posts, likely he'll aim for some shock troopers. Quite common. He's here getting away, trying to get away anyways. Aiming towards your ready to support rifle grenade going for as well. Shattering the tree a little bit. Sharing off a branch more like it. At the same time as all of this is going on here, I rather take a chance here, push up the grenadiers, leave the MD4 here to cover this spot while I'm moving up here. At the same time, using pioneers to take away the northern ports down, keeping a bit occupied, and harassing at the same time, coming off from it, cutting him off from his fuel. At the same time, of course, I also need to take this way to actually shift the MD4 to up here to cover this angle, covering both my grenadiers, but also the path here, allowing me to sort of properly cut off the fuel. Further fighting here, conscripts are taking heavy damage. Looks like Blade might be a bit overburdened here, trying to pull off too many things at once, and unit wipe there, bit of a harsh loss initially. Engineers to continue to sort of flank the MD4 too, still costing him a conscript squad's going to hurt. At the same time, Panzer Grenadier moving forward here for the Reich with their Sturmgewehrs, and they're going up and the engineers quickly tearing through them. And tot. Getting the munitions point there, getting the point here, in fact cutting off a lot of territory there from Blade. They're not really having much focus on the otherwise big 2 points there, actually ensuring he's got a bit of a advantage there. Panzer Gunner moving forward, Shock was flanking from the south here. And conscripts sneaking up behind here, occupying the building. There you go, Panzer's here being caught from so sides. Tempted to catch him with a band grenade, but rather fair instead the Shock just get closer and quickly tear through the Panzer Grenadiers. Of course, they can easily follow up here. And this, unsurprised, of course, results in a wipe. So there we go. They barely, of course, took any damage in the process. Constantly taking a bit of damage, going to force away.
We are losing a sector.
And Grenadiers and MG4 to the reinforcing. That was pretty much 340 manpower there that didn't do much. Of course, I got the engineer unit there with them, but even then, not quite worth it. At the same time, we got a supporting company going to have enough of Blade, so he's taking out a bit as well, finally. MG4 remaining there, getting the northern fuel point. He's going here with the cop point at the same time, though. Rapid counterattack here with the Grenadier support by an MD4 too. And of course, he's got no cover here, except was then, for some reason, he did not decide to use the heavy cover. Taking up immediately, of course, realizing I've got both fuel points for at least a brief period of time, and I've cut him off from his own, so that should give me for at least, again, a brief time, a bit of a fuel advantage to work with. And there's also a chance to quickly get out some armor and strike him down with it. He's moving north. We've got a bit of barbed wire going on here, partly to sort of prevent him from, well, sneaking about here. In case I was deciding to use the building here as a defensive point. But also just to prevent him from keeping up north here and then getting into the building, undermining my defenses that way. Constantly quickly stopped by the MD4 doing its job well, and we are seeing here a second shock trooper unit here from Blade, ever following them and their body armor, though technically it could only actually stop a 9mm bullet, that is, so, you know, from a submachine gun or a pistol, say not for assault rifle bullets or rifle bullets, but of course a bit harder to sort of show that off in game. There we go. Shock troopers moving ahead there, getting blasted with a stun grenade, allowing my MD4 to maybe get out of there. That and the assistance of a Grenadier squad there with a light machine gun does compel them away. But still 2 fuel points here, closing in 100 already. Even having teched up, support armor core going up, there we go. At the same time, engineers forced away, though I actually end up retreating since I thought the situation was a lot more dire than it actually was.
Shock troops awaiting deployment.
Conscripts moving up south here. Overall, Blade is sort of trying to hit here and there. I'm obviously also as well, but I'm a bit more focused on resources, neglecting the victory points a bit to my own harm, if you will. Quick rive grenade here, trying to catch the engineers, does not do too much damage. Alternating up, going here for, of course, for elite troops. Launching a stun grenade here versus the engineers, which didn't do too much, still managed to push them off. And I can right now in fact go for a flak panzer here at the 10-minute mark, and I rather for some reason figure, you know, I've probably got this. At the same time we got a maximum running here for Blade. He was apparently not expecting any kind of armor rush. Of course it's a bit rare to see the Wehrmacht rush for a flak panzer. And that was sort of betting on that, and of course the fuel pressure around here, which by the way, even if he saw, you know, managed to rush from armor, he wouldn't have the resource to get a tank right away. So in that regard, the fuel harassment there had for me quite a few benefits. Going for my fuel point, of course, now trying to get back at me. Point here being secured. Maximuming out. Grenadiers there reinforcing. We got an MD42 here hanging about, some shock troops from the north. Again, a bit risky for me to play like this, and I certainly know it, but feeling somewhat confident in it for some reason. And of course, there we go, went for the flak panzer. Rushing that out. I could of course also wait for a panzer IV, but I rather felt like with a flak panzer I could probably get in some good damage versus infantry more rapidly, and maybe get a few squad wipes, which is then further my advantage in a sense. There you go, getting a few kills, unit down to half health. Flak panzer rushing ahead. Panzer squad hanging about there. Had not quite thought about that. Though it still does take some damage here, I believe. There we go. Down to a quarter of health. 2 men lost. Shock troops are pushing my troops up north here. They're ready. As that pulled it back, there we go. Merely getting the the flak panzer repaired. No sign of any further tech up here from Blade. Of course, he might have to rely on a field gun. Maxim out here covering the centre. MD42 smoke grenades going down. Same up here. Shifted actually MD42 back to deal with that. Shock troops straight into. We've got a grenade off. We've got Grenadiers here to give for the support though. Grenade clears out half the unit, but still the Grenadiers can move up there, and of course they don't have to worry about anything now. Again, they're suppressed, so the shock troopers are pretty much harmless. Flak panzer almost laid in there. You got same thing here. Shifted back. The shock troopers couldn't quite advance. I mean, that's usually what you do if you've got a shock trooper running straight. If they pop a smoke grenade, you just pull back a bit. That way you can avoid the follow-up grenade they're going to try and pull off inevitably. And of course, you've got any units sort of following up there, you can quickly move in and finish off the bastards. Field gun there on the way for Blade. Flak panzer moving up here. I'm playing a bit boldly, trying to figure out what he's up to. Conscription running ahead here. Of course, he gets off a damaged engine, but at the same time, it does have a bit of a problem for him. He loses the entire conscript squad. So in that regard, while I got a damaged engine, he lost an entire unit, which rather paid off for me. Mine's going down here. Flak panzer moving up to try and deal with the Maxim, that gets forced away. MD42 opening up from the other side. Maxim abandoning the church. Troops reinforcing. The field gun is out, and we got a bit of action here. MD42. Right here, of course, I made a rather large blunder sending my MD42 like that. And again, you know, that is what can happen. And, you know, happens even the best. So right there, that was a large mistake for me, tactically and strategically. Handed in MD42. Maxim there, almost cleared out, almost. Looks like he will make it out of there. Further Panzer Grenadier arriving, though. 10 kills there to the flak panzer already. So right there, that was a bit of a bad move there from my side. Trying here to catch the mine. I knew it was going down, so... but rather I missed it. Sturmgeschütz sort of try and follow up here initially. Bit of quick armor to support it, just in case he rushes out some armor. Sturmgeschütz support the flak panzer can work. Plus, of course, also do a bit versus the infantry. Holding up his infantry there. Blade charges forward for the motherland. Hoorah! While the Panzer Grenadier with the Sturmgewehrs falling back there. Well, again, the flak panzer receives some light repairs. Scoring points here. Quick rifle in and attempts to catch them. Did not quite work out. They're still getting off kills to Vets and T3. It's a Gewehr for the Fries. Panzer advancing. The other troops sort of bunching up a bit here. And it is time for the mid-game analysis. Whoops. Mid-game analysis. There we go. Current situation is I got a nice chunk on the map. I also got a bit of a fuel advantage. Of course, he's actually now managed to build up quite a bit of fuel himself, but at the same time, he's actually suffered quite a few losses. He's lost 2 country squads now, and certainly some other losses here and there. He's not quite controlling the map as well as he could. And certainly, I mean, he could go for some armor, but certainly again, that would put him a bit on the back foot in comparison in some regards. I mean, the question, of course, is he just going to keep playing for the doctrine armor? But again, that could also place him at another disadvantage, because by that time, I might have plenty of armor out. Hell, I could even say, you know what would be nice? A Panther would be nice. And I could probably have a Panther rather advantageously ready to encounter his eyes too. So, of course, it's not going to be that easy for him. I mean, infantry-wise, he's a bit behind as well. He's got plenty of shock tools, of course. At the same time, as he gets towards them, as he might lose more conscripts, of course, he's going to lack something, that is anti-tank grenades, which of course then can remove the things that could limit the mobility of my armor, which only makes me more powerful. So in that regard, you know, the shock troops aren't just an all-win situation there. They are expensive, they're certainly good versus infantry, and they can certainly win in any 1 versus 1 engagement, no matter the potency of the infantry they're facing, unless it's maybe Veteran 3 Panzer Grenadier or something. But at the same time, they're very much exposed to armor, and again, the Flak Panzer in that regard, you know, rather has it all when it comes to punishing infantry that can't defend itself. And even when it can defend itself, that's no guarantee it won't be sent to the next afterlife. So of course there are a few issues there for Blade to keep in mind. More mines of course would do him good. Demo charges might also be helpful. But otherwise you need to be careful again about spreading his infantry up too far, because again I'll try and strike it with the Flak Panzer and wipe it out. Of course another field gun might also be an idea to keep at it until then. For me, of course, I got a pack 40. I'm sort of trying to figure out what doctrine he's going, because I know he's got 2 doctrines with the shock troopers. Both of them also got KO8s, but only one of them's got an IS-2. And of course, the question is, will he just go for the one with the IS-2, or will he try and sort of throw a curveball at me and then trying to pull up something different? I mean, that's always something you have to keep in consideration. But again, you know, multiple word, you know, will he try and go for regular armor, which is why I went for the Stug. And of course, the question is, what to do after then. Do I get Panther Force? Because again, I can build up an armor advantage even if he goes for an IS-2. If I got overall more armor, plus the pack 40 active prepared just in case, because, you know, never assuming an opponent doesn't have some kind of nasty armor trick up his sleeve. I mean, I should be able to handle an IS-2 with a pair of Panther Force Stug and a pack 40 if I know what I'm doing. Otherwise, you know, trying to use my troop training, which I've not used at all so far in this battle, could also be helpful, get up some troops to a better stage. Otherwise, Panzer Grenadier moving about here, need to be a bit careful, of course, try to get into a situation where I can, you know, get them killed on retreat would be best if I avoided that. Can't really keep up with constant infantry losses like that if I'm being silly. A fuel cache would be good, then I could of course always consider going straight on for a Panther if I felt that confident. Again, I had a bit of a fuel advantage and it could certainly be translated into, you know, going for Panthers if I wanted to, though it certainly wouldn't be without its risks. Otherwise, focusing on the victory points, trying to sort of do something about the lead he's got would also be a rather clever idea. And if all else fails, I suppose one theory could be basically dragging out things for a Tiger Ace and hope he's got nothing prepared for it. But again, at this point he's seen the stun grenade, and then, of course, for Blade's tactics and strategies, he of course must be aware of there's a Tiger Ace as always an eventuality. But anyways, let's head back to the fight here. Flak Panzer heading north here. Without any infantry support, even pioneer support, that is a bit reckless for me, to be honest. There you go, opening up here. Going up here for the victory point. Conscious getting off an anti-tank grenade here. And we get a destroyed engine here, of course. A small chance, but always something you have to, of course, be aware of. I mean, that's exactly why you have to be careful. Of course, there's always that eventuality, and that's always something you should try and keep in mind. Popping smoke here, of course, I know it's not going to do much. Still, I got another constant squad wiped out. I mean, that's another 240 manpower there. He's not going to be getting back in any way or manner. They're coming up, trying to sort of draw fire here with the Stug infantry moving up with the pines, which to the shock troops here. Not quite working out here. Stug taking fire. Flak Panzer here trying to take advantage of this to get off some extra shots here versus the exposed crew. Doesn't quite work out though. 14 kills here, shock troops moving up, coming under fire from the Sturmgeschütz. If I only had supported this with some infantry, the pioneers properly, I might not have been in such a bad situation, but there you go. In the end though, I actually got 2 squad wipes with it, plus a bunch of other infantry killed, so even then I'd say the Austrian managed to reasonably well pay itself off. He gets another field gun, of course, worried about the armor. Sensible response there from Blade. Troops reinforcing. Preparing here for a more proper assault this time around. With infantry support. For the Stug, well, Stug support for the infantry, of course, would be the more proper way. So, of course, the Stug was built for infantry support. That was rather the assault role of an assault gun supporting infantry while attacking and so on.
Shit, they're shooting at us! Enemy forces are securing.
Shock troops are being caught out in the open. Screw fires. And there you go. In negative cover, the Panzers and the Grenadiers and the Sturmgeschütz. The shock troopers rather fall apart viciously. Got an MD-42 and a Maxim here, creating a rather formidable blocking position, plus a field gun here to prevent against any direct armor support here. Blade trying to dominate this area. Not a bad idea. Pioneer sneaking in there. At the same time, another shock troop scored up north here. Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadier here, lots of fire, and a quick stun grenade here trying to catch him. And there we go. Giving a bit more time there to prevent them from moving in, and further flea shots there, quickly leaving the shock troops in a bad position. Field gun bombarding here. MD-42 was able to vacate, by the way, Veterans G2. Grenadiers reinforcing, and we getting a third shock troop squad here. Blade going pretty hard on the shock troops, feeling pretty confident and worried either way. It might be a bit much in part because, again, they are expensive. They are 390 manpower apiece, and they're also rather expensive to reinforce as well. 32 manpower. So I must be rather going all in, if you will, in an attempt to sort of quickly overcome any obstacle. And by the way, adding in a second Panzer unit for me, further increasing my firepower. Nice setup there with the MD-42 covering this area, with the Maxim covering this area around it and showing the MD-42 isn't going to be easily flanked. But again, going for the cut-off there, harassing, denying him resources, also getting a lot of munitions, which actually should consider using in some manner or way.
Double your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
Rifle grenade there, stopping the MD-42, got shock troops in there, but quickly Panzer suppressed. Grenadiers as well.
Our opponents are
Ultimately retreated there, and at the same time adding in a mortar here. Like a knot in there for the light artillery support here to deal with his more ensconced positions.
ready. Taking fire. Ready. Conscripts ready and willing. Standing
Panzers here slowly having a fight here with the conscripts. Not quite work out for them.
Panzer Grenadiers under fire. Yes.
Question is who ends up retreating here first. Who has the will to keep at it?
Awaiting command.
Maxim they're retreating, barely alive.
What do you want, comrade?
Down to one Panzer Grenadier versus two conscripts now.
We have a full complement.
And there we go. Panzer Grenadiers end up being retreating before the conscripts then end up retreating. Stuhl prepared. Could consider now a flak, or not flak Panzer, but just a regular Panzerkampfwagen 4. So of course at this point again I'm worrying, you know, is he really going for armor or is he just going for IS-2s again? In which case, you know, at the very least now Panzer 4s might work since I'm not teched up. And there you go, Panzer 4 on the way. Minesweepers and flamethrowers here for the Pioneers, going to expend some of that munition towards something. And of course the rest can easily be used for stun grenades and rifle grenades, allowing my men actually to get off a lot of explosions for each unit. Stuhl should also be considered to be upgraded. Victory point master again, he's rather dominating the victory point, catching field gun here, the Panzers and the Grenadier. There we go, wiped out.
Squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
Grenadiers here versus engineers up north, got shock troops flanking in. South though, Pioneers continues there, shock troops not reacting. Stuhl the range to support. And there you go, Maxim in the building here, starting back the infantry advance there. Grenade followed up, might have turned that into a very bad move for me if they're not retreated in time. There we go, first Panzerkampfwagen field of the battle. Pencil amount of machine gun on the way.
Assault gun standing by.
There we go, spotting mines. Shock troops moving in.
Our machine gun turret has been
Minesweeper spotting all the mines. Retreating though.
ready for orders.
Being armed to clear the mines, of course, spotting them. Got a bit of time there to clear at least one of them. Quick grenade there, there's the Pioneers, almost getting them. Shock troops moving in. And might actually get the Pioneers there. And of course I can't move in since I know where the mine is, but it's just went invisible, so of course if I move in there, I'm going to lose that Panzer. And there you go, he actually steals away the flamethrower field coming in from the north. Had I hit that mine, that would have been GG. At the same time though, Blade actually goes for the KV-8. Of course, he's still got resource for an IS-2 if he wants. Still, a bit interesting move there. Must be feeling pretty confident he can hold me off the victory points for long enough then. Also accidentally retreat the Panzer Grenadiers there. We got the KV-8 really heading north here. He seems to have realised what I'm doing. Attacking north, they sort of realised maybe a pattern. I'm sort of alternatively trying to attack points, trying to figure out where he's weakest. So moving up the KV-8 there, sort of try and rush and deal with that. Armour support will be needed immediately. Mine went off there. Gonna send some rather deep shite.
We are in a dangerous situation. 100 points remaining.
Managed to escape this KV-8 barely. The Pioneers actually drawing the attention. There you go, Panther 4 moving up. Stuke moving in from the other side. Panther 4 moves up here to cut off the road, also deal with the infantry. While the Stuke moves in to deal here with the KV-8. We've got a field gun somewhere supporting. Nope, that got cleared out here by the Grenadiers actually. Leaving there's nothing really for the armour to worry about. Leaving the KV-8 actually caught in a pincer manoeuvre here. A little bit of a tenuous one. Victory points down to 82 here. Close to getting the shock troopers close. KV-8 getting away there. Shock troopers barely escape again. MD-42 currently centred there from direct infantry assault. Stuke moving ahead. We've got a field gun moving up. At the same time, the Panzer is dealing with the left behind field guns, so they don't have the resources to deal with it otherwise at the moment. And I'd rather not give Blade a chance to recruit a field gun and turn it against my Panzers. So there we go, wrecked. I need to get some victory points soon. KV-8 receiving no repairs. And again another small infantry unit heading southwards. Actually getting some Gewehr 43s for the Panzer Grenadiers because of rather figure, you know, why not?
We have only 50 points remaining.
Preparing Panzer 4, securing northern victory point, heading southwards. Here we got the MD-42 covering things here by the way. 2 shock trooper squads covering the south actually, in the southern victory point. Meaning he's actually feeling pretty confident in his defences here, though of course the mortar might soon change his opinion there. Quick grenade, then we got an incendiary bombardment down here. In that case, of course, we can clearly see Blade is getting a bit desperate, he's getting a bit worried, and he's basically going to launch everything he can at me if he feels even slightly threatened. In fact, he just, well, in a sense, blew it right there, popped away his own incendiary barrels he's going to get any time soon. Armour getting ready here, 2nd Panzer 4. There you go, KV on fire here for the Pack 40. Shots bouncing off, field gun moving ahead here. Got troops attacking from the north. We should also look up some other things. Got the field gun there actually moving ahead. And Maxim cleared out as soon as I realised that. Of course, I realised I got a chance to charge in for the centre. Creeping up there. We got some engineers sneaking up behind here. Probably trying to get that victory point behind my back. Field gun moving back. There we got Panzer 4s, mortars, Sturmgeschütz moving in. And of course I rather realise they have a chance of actually doing some good damage to him. And to actually hit the Panzer 4 straight ahead. Partly because, well, he's not really got a lot of conscripts, so I don't have to worry about too much damaging the engine of my Panzer 4. And of course as the field gun moves to deal with that, the rest of the armour moves in, clearing it up. At the same time, shock troops moving in here, trying to secure that victory point. And prevent it from falling into my hands. Shock troops moving ahead here, trying to secure it. Not looking good. MD cleared out, Pack 4 getting cleared out. And he's just rushing in every single shock trooper unit here. Stukes, Panther 4s, machine guns firing there. He's probably also trying to recruit the field. Pack 40 there to turn against me. 2nd field gun moving up. I mean, he's basically rushing in everything, just as I am. But at the same time, his force composition, on the other hand, is weaker, meaning when he's rushing into the situation, he's only making things easier for me. So there you go, he's just lost 2 of his shock trooper units, rushing the last unit he's got there up north, and he's actually gone ahead and called in another KV-8. Again, the part of all the shock troopers actually caused a large manpower bleed, which made it difficult for him to actually get an I2. Stun grenade here, stopping the entire shock trooper unit as the Panther 4s charge north. Stuke remaining here with the gun unit in the centre. 7 points left. KV-8 moving ahead. Panzer retreating here, rather feeling I've got this. Smoke grenade down, but I attack round, guessing where he is. And there we go, got the shock troopers. KV-8 against the Panzer IVs, and there you go, Conscripts making assault here. The Sturmgeschütz here supporting. Not much of a chance there, wiped out. And the KV-8 here fights desperately up north versus the 2 Panzer IVs. And there we go, Blade ends up surrendering. Not necessarily my best fight, but I thought still had some good points, including, again, you know, thoughts on force composition and what he does for you in the longer term as well here. I mean, again, Blade basically right too much just in calling tanks. In this case, partly also thanks to the shock trooper spam, it rather left it with a few options, which rather gave my medium armor the advantage in the longer run. Although it was very much by a razor's edge. So that was definitely a bit on my own head as well. I mean, played alright with the MD-42s, made one mistake there, which certainly gave him a bit of a further edge up, but otherwise, you know, some aggressive play there, again going for the fuel point, using the MD-42s to cover sort of large swaths of territory, my flanks basically, while the infantry moved ahead, sort of trying to pin him down, catch him here and there, and overall allow me to rush ahead for the armour. Played a bit riskily with a flak panzer, which in the end got me punched, but still, in this case, it paid me off enough to actually get 2 of his units wiped out, which again slowly created a longer term manpower bleed there. So not exactly the best play, but again overall strategically played out better here than what Blade had done. I could certainly use my doctrine better. I used pretty much the 3 here, but for some troop training I think could also aid me a bit here versus Blade. Him on the other hand, shock troopers and single incendiary barrage, and the KV-8, you know, could probably have done a bit better as well. And overall, to make better use of his support weapon company here. A mortar probably would have benefited him as well. But there you go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave some ideas for matches. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send a replay or provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperialdane. Cheers, and thank you for watching. Bye.